Hello, my name is Ronnie Hash, and I will be doing a quick introduction to nmap. What is nmap? Nmap is a utility that can be used to discover hosts on your network. It can give you several different details, what ports are open on a host and what OS is running on that host. And there's different techniques and ways to discover this information. Today in the introduction, we are only going to look at the simple ways and quick ways to discover that information. Other videos, I will explain how to use a little bit more of the advanced switches when to use them. nmap can be installed on Windows machines, Unix, and Linux machines, and also on Macs. I am actually using a Mac for the demo. So let's quickly get started. I'm at my command prompt and on my Mac OS, and I want to see what options nmap has. If I just type in nmap, it's going to give me a list of different switches, and even at the bottom it gives me examples. Yep, there's a ton of switches to get comfortable with nmap. So, say for instance, I'm on a network and I want to quickly discover which hosts are up or listening for requests. So if I do nmap -s capital P, which means quickly ping, or do a simple ping, 2.168.1.0/24. Yes, this is a 24-bit network, which is a Class C network, which can assign out to 254 addresses, and also the broadcast address is generally 255. So let's quickly do a ping discovery to see which host it finds. Alright, I am showing that I have 4 hosts up right there. Scan pretty quick. About 3 seconds. So what I can do with this information is say, okay, I have 4 hosts up on my network. Most IPs on your network, you may know what's running on them. But say for instance I didn't know what was at 192.168.1.12. I can do a simple nmap 192.168.1.12, and it's going to quickly try to discover what ports are open or listening on that system. Now see, I have several ports open, and taking a quick glance at the ports that is showing open, I'm going to guess that it's a XP or Windows machine, just because it has ports 135, 139, which is generally your NetBIOS ports, and 445, which is your SMB for network sharing. And you also notice that there's a unknown port there, and usually unknown ports are pretty fishy to me. So sometimes you want to do additional analysis on that port. Hackers may telnet to ports to see what version of that service is running. Based upon that information of what versions that's running, they can actually go to different security vulnerability databases and see if that version is vulnerable to any exploits and exploit that service. And sometimes it could be a buffer overflow exploit, which can hose the system, or they can sometimes create an account or escalate privileges on your system. So, well, that's a whole different, another topic. Let's focus on nmap. Now, I quickly see what ports are open on that system, but I want to be sure what OS is running. So if I do a -O for OS discovery, when I did a -O for OS discovery, it's letting me know that I have to have root. And root is an admin account on a Unix or Linux and Mac machine. Generally what I do is add myself to the sudo rights, which then my user can have or run commands as root. So let's bring the command back up. We'll do sudo -nmap. But if I was already root, I would just run this command without having to type sudo. Now I took an educated guess that it's running Microsoft Windows XP OS details. It shows that it could be Service Pack 2, 3, or even Server 2003. Again, what a hacker can do with this information is say, what ports are open? And by doing an OS discovery, it gives them an idea of what operating system is running. I don't think it's Server 2003 because they may have additional ports open, like your LDAP ports for Active Directory, and sometimes IIS could be running on there, port 80. So I'm just going to go with their gut feeling of it's running Microsoft Windows XP. Say for instance, you did your simple ping scan, your host returned, but you know that there was a device on your network, but it's not returning. Sometimes if a firewall is on a host system, it can block ping requests. How can you still discover what ports is running on that host? Well, say for instance, I did an nmap. Well, let's clear this screen. Did an nmap -P 0 and the address. Yes, it's showing me the same results of just doing a regular nmap and a host address, but if a firewall was on this system blocking ICMP requests, it's going to continue to probe the system for what ports are open, because generally once you block an ICMP request, it's going to tell nmap that the host is down. But if we say continue as if the host is up, it's going to continue to look what ports is open on that host. And there's other advanced switches you can use when discovering if a host is up. You can do UDP ping or TCP ping and send a send packet and see how it returns. But that's on advanced topics of nmap that we're going to later on discuss in other videos. This is it for the introduction of nmap. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please look forward to all the other videos to come.